Awesome. All right. Welcome in another episode 2 of the Victor's Voice. Matt, how you doing?
Oh man, it's a great day, man. Happy Easter to everybody out there. Know you're celebrating with your families. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the episode number 2 here. We had to kick it off right last Monday, and we're back for some more, man. It was a big weekend for Michigan, and yeah, Bryce, love to chat with you, love to kick it with you, and ready to get this thing rolling.
Absolutely, man. No, big weekend indeed. Lots going on with all things Michigan. Obviously, spring game yesterday, so I think we can dive into that. So I know a whole bunch of guys from Voice College Football on the Michigan channel, especially were at the game as well. So I'm sure they'll have all the kind of stories and summaries to break down. But it was fun to kind of just follow along on Twitter and see clips and hear people, commentary from the seats and from the bleachers. And yeah, a lot of scuttlebutt coming after the spring game.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's all centered around Bryce, right? He was the star of the show, and sounds like, at least from just listening to the Voice of College Football guys, that he was as advertised for the most part. I mean, what, over 280 yards combined, 180 yards passing. Completed the thing with like a 80-yard touchdown there at the end. So I gotta give TJ credit. I mean, he was hyped it up. He was saying, like, he has everything to be. He already looks like an NFL quarterback in the pocket. Everything is smooth delivery, like all the stuff you would want. And so it's fun to hear that. It's fun to kind of get that clarification, that he's shining, which I knew that he would. Just a stud out there. So yeah, man. It's all about Bryce, but there was also some other guys that really stole the show too. I heard some really good things. So Bryce, who do you think? Who impressed you from the spring game?
Yeah, so I mean, a couple things. So for whatever reason, whether you like it or not, Schromo and Co decided that they're not going to air the game live, and so they'll air it next week. And I like it. I think it's a good move. I know that people on the other side and rival fan bases are saying that's soft. I disagree. I think in the portal era, where everyone's looking to go, you get that tape out there, you're going to lose people. So I can see maybe there's frustrations there, but either way, the game's not being aired till next Saturday, or I guess this coming Saturday. And so I haven't seen enough. And Matt, I'll tell you, spring games, I'm always, especially with the way Michigan does it, I'm always kind of mixed on it because it's not ones versus twos. It's just a mishmash of a bunch of people, especially on the offensive line. And so you don't really know what you're going to see. It's all about the individual players. And I thought your point about everything you said about Bryce was fantastic, where he looks like he's got the goods. Yeah. And it comes down probably a couple of things, but I think one of the big ones is like, okay, what are the pieces that we can fill in around him? And so whether that's receivers, obviously the backs are going to be fine. Offensive line with Al-Hadid, Sprague, and Crippen, you got 3 starting linemen really set, right? So then it's going to be filling into 2, and I think they got talent, and they got guys who can fill in the rest of the offensive line. So it's the wide receivers that really comes down to, and we're probably needing some talent out there to support Bryce. But yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm with TJ. Like it's going to be exciting because he's got the goods. And how about just all of the flack he was getting for being a little tubby, and then you see him come out of the tunnel with the dry fit on. I didn't see a lot of fat, Matt. I didn't see a lot of fat.
No, all I saw was 6-pack. I saw some washboard abs out there, bro. I don't know what people were talking about. All that shit that he was getting, he just put that to bed.
He did. Bunch of fat losers from behind their keyboards saying stuff, and
got them Cheeto fingers out. Got them Cheeto fingers out going to work on the keyboard,
And no doubt. So yeah, man, I obviously haven't watched any of it, and so I'm really excited too, because you get to see kind of the individual talent and skills showcased. And yeah, like I said, I don't take much from the O-line, D-line play, because I just think that's so different. It's more about some of the skill positions, and I really wanted to see the Metcalf brothers. I know that one of them had a pick. I forget which one had a pick, but
I think it was Tevis.
Okay, yeah. So he picked off Bryce, right? And I think that was maybe overthrown ball. Again, I hadn't really seen it, so you got to watch it.
Right.
But I want to see some of those secondary players.
Yeah, I heard, I mean, the guys that they got a house. The Voice of College Football guys got. We should probably talk about that. They got a house, like an Airbnb, right next to the big house. So that must have been lit. I can't imagine the vibes there.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a good crew.
yeah, yeah.
They got
But
pictures. A picture with them and Wink Martindale.
no, I did not. I did
Oh
not see
yeah, you got to go see that. They're at some restaurant. I forget what restaurant it was, but Wink was there, so they all got a shot with them. It was good.
Oh, that's epic. I'm sure there was a few adult sodas in the mix too.
One or two.
Yeah, that's it. No, but I heard them talking about Shamari Earls, man, and yeah, I didn't know too much about this guy, but the way they were talking about him, they sound like he's the next, future lockdown CB1 out there. I think he had like 6 tackles or something like that, and obviously so raw being a freshman, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see this dude in action. And another guy to touch on, Donovan McCulley. It sounds like he's got everything in line to be wide receiver 1. So that's exciting to kind of just again solidify like all the hype, and we got to remind ourselves we are months away from actual football being played. So this is just a practice for everybody to see. Some guys showed out in situations, but again, it's cool to see the first, because everything changes. In today's college football, you get so many new faces coming in. It's just exciting, and it's cool to see all these guys kind of make their mark in the first kind of like broad scope of things. So
yeah. I mean, Shamari Earls, I've heard of his name thrown around a lot too, and he's wearing the 2, man. He's wearing the number 2, and so he's gonna presumably look to fight for one of the starting cornerback positions. And with guys like Jaden McBurrows transferring out, maybe he's working his way up. So again, I think that's a good point there. It'll be a fun one to watch on Saturday when you can see the full clip of the game, because excited about him. 6 tackles. I didn't see that. So that's huge. And then McCulley, man, I remember, if I remember right, he wanted to transfer last year. I remember, who was I talking? Someone in the Indiana group. Like, he wanted to transfer to Michigan last year, but something happened. I don't know the full story, so I'll say allegedly here. But I just think with how much we needed receiver help last year, that would have been so big in those moments. We really just needed someone to step up, and so yeah, I think if he can do that, that will be huge. And it sounds like Andrew Marsh and some of those freshmen, Browder, are also stepping up too. So that'll be a really interesting room. Really interesting room to see how they all develop. And summer's the time to really grow, man. That's when that is like the team chemistry can really come together. If guys are working out together and throwing balls and catching, it should be interesting to see what's developed there.
Oh, no doubt. And it'll be interesting to see if they add in this portal, like if they go after another wide receiver to bring in. I know they just brought in CJ Hester, which I'm familiar with because he was at Western Michigan his first season as a freshman, running back from UMass. So that kind of fills in the void of Ben Hall, which I saw you on Twitter, man. I know you were kind of butthurt about that. So I got to give me your thoughts on that and just how that panned out.
Ben Hall got the Blake Corum blessing. Blake Corum spoke highly of Ben Hall. And if there's any guy you'd respect an opinion on, especially as a running back, it'd be Blake Corum's opinion. And so I thought he had the opportunity to move up the depth chart. I mean, he had the opportunity in the bowl game last year. And really, if you go back and watch that game, I don't have stats in front of me, but he got opportunities. But Jordan Marshall obviously stole the show. He just run after yards after contact, taking in hits, making guys miss. Ben Hall just couldn't really put that together last year in that bowl game. And so it's like, okay, going to this next season, bringing in guys like Justice Haynes. Okay, can you compete for the 2? Okay, doesn't sound like it. So you're competing for the 3. But then you got, Micah Campagna back there. You got Jasper back there. It's like, I'd be really curious to see where he was even falling. Or was he just at that 3 spot on the depth chart? And it was you're not going to get there. And he's like, okay, well, I want to go somewhere where I can play right away. And that's fair. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. You never know the reasons, I suppose, unless they come out and say why they're transferring. But
Yeah.
when it all comes back to Blake Corum saying, watch out for number 28, I actually switched numbers to 7, but watch out for Ben Hall, I kind of wanted to believe that. And unfortunately, we're not going to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, it's just tough because that's just the world we live in college football. Like, if you ain't getting playing time, they're gonna try to go somewhere else and rightfully so, So it'll be interesting to see where he lands. But yeah, anytime you get Blake, arguably one of the greatest running backs in Michigan history, to give you that kind of praise, deservedly so, dude. I mean, shoot, like, you were just waiting for him to shine, and I mean, man, I would have loved to see what he would have been able to do, get some carries, this fall, but. I'll wish him all the best. And despite that, with Hester, with Marshall, and Justice Haynes, man, I don't know a better running back room in the country right now. It's got to be scary. And I know Haynes got a few touches. He showed flashes in the spring game, but it's going to be tough to stop that.
Yeah, it's a good duo. All right, can we talk quickly about the quarterback position? So we already talked on Bryce. The other quarterback that played was Jaden Davis. Yeah. Mikey King out, Davis Warren out. Here's my take with you, Matt. I'm curious your thoughts. I think it was the best case scenario for the room because I think there's a lot of people being like, oh, our quarterback room is garbage. I think in one sense, disappointing to see Jaden Davis not really develop. Again, spring game, but man, when he didn't get any reps during the bowl game last year, right after that Alex Orji pick, and Davis Warren's already out, it's just like, okay, is this kid just not ready? Because if you're not going to play at that moment, then you're just probably not going to play. And didn't look great yesterday, according to all accounts. So I think what we saw yesterday was Bryce Underwood getting plenty of reps and getting an opportunity to really have him get experience at this pace and at this game speed. I think that's great. Davis Warren, gotta love him. He went into Columbus. He had knocked out the Buckeyes. Great story. We'll cheer for him through and through and through for however much longer he plays / coaches or is involved in football. I don't think he's going to be the guy. So then it leaves Mikey King. Well, Mikey King's been around this game for a long time. So I think him not playing, it would have been great to get some reps with some guys, but you still have the full offseason to develop that chemistry with your receivers. I love that Bryce got all of that experience. And so, I'm just kind of curious what you think of the quarterback battle going in, and there's really the situation as a whole for this entire room going into the summer and, of course, before fall camp.
Yeah, it's a fascinating question, Bryce. It's going to just be so fun to follow this all the way through the summer. And by all accounts, in my opinion, I think it's Bryce's job to lose. Like, I just think he's quarterback one. He'll be starting, that game one. With the like this, the talent is the players gush about him, the coaches gush about him. Like, he is all of it. Like, and I just feel like it's his time. Like, he's shown that he's got the arm talent. I mean, whenever you've seen just the small clips of him throwing the football in some of these spring practices, like, I have never seen a cleaner ball come out of a guy's hand. Like, he's so fluid, NFL ready, man. I'm all in. Like, it's the Bryce Underwood show. It's going to be a full effect. Now, Mikey Keene, I'm interested. Obviously he's a veteran. He's got a lot of experience. So we'll see on that department. And Jaden Davis, man, I heard he's come a long way. Like, he's made strides, but the delivery, the mechanics, I feel like there's still a lot there for him to improve upon. So, man, I don't know. It just feels like number one recruit in the nation. You paid all this guy all this money to come here. The players are behind him. The delivery is arguably just, I don't know. I am sold right now. Like, I just feel like this is his time to shine.
Yeah. I mean, Schromore's got the quote. He's like, I think this is from, it's later on Sunday here. I'm tired, but I think he said, this was him, but he's just like, the closer you are to the ball, the older we want you to be, the more experienced we want you to be. So basically indicating that, all right, center, working your way out. Like we want you to have more experience. And if we're playing someone at one of those positions who's doesn't have that experience, probably not a great sign. Now, in certain situations, some guys are freaks where they can just play right away. And Bryce Underwood could be that freak, no doubt about it. But under that logic, Bryce Underwood would be right by that ball. And so that quarterback position, just indicating that quarterback position is an incredibly important one. So to have a freshman start would be interesting, but it just feels like everything you said. He's got the intangibles, he's got the physical goods. Sounds like he's got a great head on his shoulder. He's got a work ethic. He seems like a great kid. And if you spend that time in the summer with your guys, building that chemistry, I mean, the highlights we saw yesterday, we saw balls we haven't really seen, especially from last year, which isn't saying much, but just haven't seen some of those plays. And again, I'm so excited to watch because I heard he had a couple big runs, scrambles. That's a tough dynamic. And again, you get that chemistry built up. Like all of a sudden on offense with that O-line that's got 3 starters pretty much locked in, and then you got some talent to fill out those final 2 spots. I like where we're at and on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm with you, man. I don't know if I'm really there to say, hey, I think it's his to lose, because Mikey King threw for almost 3,000 yards the last 2 years. Fresno, it's a decent program out in the Mountain West, but we'll see how it kind of shapes. And I think it's interesting. I'll say this last thing, kind of to go on a tangent here, but Sherrone Moore always plays things close to the chest. He doesn't really give you a lot. And he even said that yesterday. He said that we're not going to announce the starter till the week before the first game of the season, August 30th. But he did say that Crippen, Sprague, and Al-Hadid are all locked in. They're likely the starters too. So it's just interesting move there that he's already, I guess it's not really a surprise, but he's already devolving that information. So we'll see what happens with the quarterback position and what comes out. And I don't know, man, if someone runs away with it, maybe he'll say something a little earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. That element that you touched on, just the ability to get out of the pocket, that makes that offensive line just look so much more better, like in a better position. Like, that was a weak spot last year. So for Bryce to be able to have that, to have 80 plus rushing yards in that spring game, it just gives you another kind of the offense feels like it's tailored around this guy right now. I mean, Chip Lindsey's offense, just the ability to kind of open things up. And I get it. Mikey Keene is he's proven veteran, man. Like he's done the darn thing. But man, it just feels like this thing is just all headed towards the Bryce Underwood show, man. We'll see. There's so much time, but I'm all in on it right now. I can just put everything right to the table, boy.
All right, you're going all in. Book it here, April 20th. It's been said.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing to see that's happened this week is, as we talk about Bryce, and you already touched on the NIL. So today it was announced, I think Nico Lamaliva, whatever his name is, said that they're going to go to UCLA. Transfer portal's wild. And the college football is absolutely insane right now. And I've been pretty outspoken about my disdain towards the powers that be that oversee college football. And that's another tangent we can go down another day. Man. But the fact that you have, it's not even yearly free agency. You got pretty much monthly free agency at this sport, where you have these players, these 18 to 22-year-olds rep by slimy agents in an unregulated, it's crazy. So the thing with Nico's insane.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that. But what I think a good, interesting conversation is, okay, what makes the Bryce Underwood situation different? Because you can sit, and I'm not saying that Bryce is going to do this, but I've heard people say, like, okay, well, is that something you would need to worry about next year with a guy like Bryce Underwood?
So fascinating. Oh, man. I sure as I could hope not. We're not talking about this next spring. I mean, for a contract that big, I don't know. It just feels like there has to be some sort of regulation on this. Like, and I think it has to be coming soon. Like just a cap on how much you're able to spend, how much the NCAA each team is willing or able to have, because it's just getting outrageous. These players, like the whole 9 yards. It just feels like there's no loyalty in it. Like guys are able to leave before their bowl game, and granted, bowl games aren't if you're playing for a 6-16, whatever. In my opinion, I don't think that Bryce would do that just with the contract that he was given and that he's so close to home. And man, I don't know. There's so much to it, but Bryce, I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that last point you just made. I think it's different. So you can even make the argument that Nico's from Southern California. So there's maybe the part of him he wanted to get out and go home. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't talked to him. That's all just what I would look at from afar.
Right.
Funny story. I don't know if you looked at this too, but his I guess new agreement with UCLA actually ends up with him making less because of the taxes, the cost of living that are in place in Southern California versus a place like Tennessee that has no state income tax. He's actually making less in an offense that I don't know if that's even better for him. I think a Josh Heupel offense is better for him, but that's
all signs. That's all you need to know. All signs point towards he just wanted to go home. Man.
I think so. I think if you put it all together, I think that's what it is. And so, but I think that does tie back to Bryce, where I think a couple things. One is this is a homegrown kid, local kid.
Yeah.
So three things. So one, he's a homegrown kid, and I think this is his dream. This is something a school he always wanted to play for. He saw that in his announcement video that he wanted to play for Michigan. Two, when he was on with Rich Eisen, or who was he on with? He was on with somebody, but he said that Harbaugh didn't really recruit him, which I love Jim Harbaugh, but what? Is that true? Like, are you serious? So I don't know what the full scoop is there, but that's what I thought I heard him say. So that's the second thing. So he wasn't even recruited. And then three, I think he did sign a multi-year deal that pays him X amount of money over the course of his college career. So again, this is a world full of slimy agents and broken promises. I'm going to assume that agreement is going to be held up, of course, unless something happens. But it feels like everything mixed in all together. It's the situation that I don't think you'd have to worry about Bryce leaving next year. Again, nothing crazy happens.
Yeah. I mean, multi-year deal. It just feels that video that he put together too, of like him as a kid, just, his dream being there. Just, I don't know. It just really hits home. And, obviously just, we're Michigan guys, but like, I don't know, those who stay here, gonna be champions, man.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Yeah, it'll be fun, man. The Bryce show is here, and I don't know. James Yoder had a good tweet today. The same people that are giving, talking about Bryce Underwood are the same ones that said Devin Brown is going to be a starting Heisman, caliber quarterback. Devin Brown. I don't even think has he even committed to where he's going. Because he entered the portal. Do we know where he's going?
No idea.
Oh, Cal. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he committed to Cal. Going to Cal, the old powerhouse out west, the old ACC powerhouse. Cal Bears. Get out of here with that.
Wish him the best of luck out there.
Get out of here with that. All right. And then also, so you mentioned too, we got to shout out the basketball team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to.
Shout him out, man.
Dusty May's putting in that work, man. Like, I mean, I was talking to you a little bit earlier about this. Like, I know this NIL thing is still so fresh and so new, but he's doing. I mean, look at the rankings right now. We are the number one team in the nation in terms of the transfer portal. He's putting in that OT right now. Like, we got Elliot Kadu, Morez Johnson, Yaxel Landerberg, and then just the other day we got Mara too from UCLA, who's a 7'3" freak, man. I mean, this is a world-class transfer portal recruiting class. Dusty is one of the best in the business, and I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know he had it in his bag. Like he's just out here carrying that and cooking, man. I'm excited. I just feel like he's brought a new element. He's attacked this in a way that Michigan football has, but like this is the sport that he's just taking it to new heights. And he started with it last year. Just the work that he was able to do, bringing in that many transfer portal kids to put that together and then make a run to the Sweet 16. Like it's phenomenal. And we'll see what this talent is like, how this is all gonna, fold out to when they all get on the court together. And who knows, the Axel might go into the NBA draft. We don't even know that yet. But he got some dogs, man. Like besides him, like we got our point guard right now, and I know this is the one. I'm going on a tangent, so I'll trim it down.
No, you're good.
I'm animated about
you're
this
good.
right now. Cadeau has got some turnover issues, and that has been our Achilles heel. Like that was our Achilles heel. So there is some things, and obviously Trey Donaldson's going to hurt him leaving, but the talent is undeniable right now. The talent is there, and so I don't know what else he has to do. He has attacked this thing and put it into like a new realm for Michigan sports, in my opinion.
100% agree, man. He's taken to the next level. John Beilein built something special here. He brought football back. It helped too that it was also during the time where John Beilein brought basketball back. There we go. It was also during the time where Michigan football was in not a great spot. And so he capitalized on that moment and really, Michigan's a football school, but brought this basketball program to the forefront, and Juwan did his thing, and don't need to talk about that much more. But Dusty May has come in, and he is a young, energetic dude who is competitive as all get out, and he's got some money behind him now with some of these collectives and donors and all that fun stuff. And so you didn't even mention either, because you're right about all the transfers, but he's also getting the top, blue chip freshman point guard coming in, Trey McKinney, and he's getting, I think, the top 100 winner Grady's as well. So talent is coming in next year, and he's got things rolling, and it's going to be fun. And I think did you see that Michigan is a top 10 NIL spender? Top 10 in college basketball.
Yeah.
Michigan State's not even on that list.
No. Yeah. They still got work to do. Tom Izzo's got to stop watching Tigers games in person.
True.
Hey. Like it's 10 million right now. Like that's an M Live article. I think by my guy, Ryan Zook, dropped the other day. No, it's Andrew Kahn, but they could have a $10 million roster next season. Yo, that's all you need to know. Like he is, everybody is behind this guy. And to your point, Bryce, like Trey McKinney, I've watched that guy in person, and he is the truth. Like you cannot speed that guy up. He's an absolute bucket getter. He will push for minutes, even in a rotation where you still got Roddy Gale and Cheddar coming back and LJ Kaysen. Like he is dynamic with the basketball, and he is going to be very nice for this team next year. I cannot wait to see what he can do. Number one recruit in Michigan. So like, that's all you need to know.
Mr. Basketball,
he's cold, man. He's going to do some things for this program. And I think like that's the guy that can come in and maybe settle things down. And I didn't really see him turn over the ball in high school. Like he's just so nice. Michigan basketball is ready.
You think he'll be able to definitely compete for minutes, no doubt about it. And then you mentioned some of the guys coming back with Gale, Cheddar, and then we don't even know if Namari Burnett could come back too still. Yeah. So, and honestly, man, I think the Trey Donaldson point, Trey's a legend. He's a Michigan legend after what he did in the month of March.
Yeah.
So we all love Trey. I think, though, there's something that he didn't fit Dusty's offense. I think what he wanted versus what Dusty wanted, I think were just different things. And I'll be really interested to see what this kid out of North Carolina brings and how different it's going to be. And because turnovers obviously was a problem last year, and Trey was culprit of many of them. And that was tough and frustrating. And so if this kid can obviously clean that up, that's obviously a huge piece. But even just the style of play is huge, because I don't know, man. I wonder if Trey's just didn't fit Dusty's system in the way that Dusty wants a point guard to fit. I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, no, it's such a good point. And to this UCLA kid, like also, I've heard some comparisons of him just sliding in and being like a Vlad Golden type. Like that's the replacement for him. So maybe like I didn't follow Dusty May all too well at FAU, but maybe this Elliot Kaduk kid is the type of player that he envisions for a system that he likes to run. So yeah, those turnovers might be just the personnel that he was with at North Carolina too. So it's all gonna fold out, here come next season. I'm just excited, man. Just the way he's been able to just go to work is pretty impressive.
Dude, the future's bright for those two programs, and there are programs around the country, especially those that are closest to Michigan, that one of the two aren't looking great. And you've got Michigan and Michigan. You got Michigan State, a football program that, again, I haven't heard a peep about this entire offseason. So I'm excited to eventually have to like Google search them to hear something about what's going on over in East Lansing. Haven't heard a peep about them. They lost half their darn near roster in basketball. And then Ohio State, of course, football is looking pretty good, although they lose a lot. We can talk about that later on. But that basketball program's kind of a mess too. And so can't take these moments for granted, Michigan fans, where the future, and especially with college sports, hope is the best thing. And both those teams, well, there's a lot of hope and a lot of promise behind those programs. So it's exciting.
It is. It's just a great time to be a Wolverine. I'll leave it at this. Like, I just can't stop laughing at Matt Patricia and some Scarlet. That is just, every time I see something pop up, I don't even, is he going to wear a pencil in the ear still? Is that still a thing? Is that guy still doing that these days?
Dude.
Oh, what a joke.
I can't believe it. Oh, I can't. We got to dive into them, because I think it's going to be, I don't know. I'm very optimistic, but we'll leave it at that because it's only April 20th.
Yeah.
I can't give any clips to use later. We got to just
you got to keep these fans coming back. We got to keep our listeners
right.
in tune. And we appreciate y'all right now. Like we got some good hits in that first episode. So we're just excited to be here right now. Give you guys something fresh, something new. We're out here doing the damn thing.
That's right. Yeah, we appreciate it. And I think I'm even trying to look right now. How many views we ended up with, because we do appreciate the love.
I think it was like north of 2,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Oh, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And we'll have to get something engaging coming on. Like, obviously we're new to this, but like super fans, whatever those things that pop up at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm still so raw. I don't know what the hell that thing is called, but donations, all that shit. We're here to like just to keep this thing cooking and bring it, in a new and engaging way. So that could be something we could cook up for you guys,
Absolutely. And looking back to some of the comments, my favorite non-legend for Michigan is definitely Brandon Miner. Great pull. Again, during those dark eras of Michigan football, he was one of the shining lights. Chase Winovich is another name.
Oh, man. Sorry, I'm going dark mode right now. Can you guys see me? Okay, here we go. I got to turn on a light in here to get this thing popping. Hold up.
Yeah, I'll keep going through some of these names. Drew Dilio, another great pull. I just saw another one. Where is the other one? Oh, Ben Mason, Bench Mason. Love that. Karan Higdon.
Wow. Digging deep into my memory bank right now.
Yeah, going back. Although, someone says Leon Hall, which was one of my mentions. So, yeah, some real fans out there. Again, if you're referencing the Rich Rod and early Hoke era guys, you're a real fan, because those were not super fun eras. All right, man. Good stuff. Excited about it. Appreciate it, y'all.
Hey, appreciate you guys for tuning in.
All right. Peace.